Do you ever feel stupid? Do you ever look in the mirror and wonder, gosh, how is that guy so dumb? If this is you, I might have a solution for you. Chess. Chess is a game shown to have many mental and social benefits. I myself have been playing chess for many years and have found a love for it. Now you may be wondering, Jacob, has this really helped you? Are you really smarter? The answer? Definitely not. But it's real fun to pretend. In this speech, I'll outline the history, the benefits, and how to play chess.
To start, let's look at the history of chess and why it's important. According to Colin Stupinski in the article titled The History of Chess in 2022, the original form of chess was created in the 16th century India and looks very different to what it actually is today. The way we play chess now was not standardized until the 19th century. Chess had many great and amazing players throughout its long lifetime. According to Colin again in a different article titled The 10 Best Chess Players of All Time in 2022, there have been many great players with all different styles and methods. One of the most famous of these is Bobby Fischer, who is considered the most famous chess player of all time. Fischer was so famous that they made an entire movie about looking for the next young prodigy that would match up to Fischer's talent level and IQ. Speaking of IQ, you may be wondering if it's true that chess can actually increase the IQ of people playing it. Well, according to ChessSite.com, in the article titled The Mental Health Benefits of Chess in 2019, chess can actually increase your intelligence in a measurable way. This, in fact, can take up to only 4 months, which is an incredibly quick way to grow your brain power. I find myself that at times when I'm consistently playing chess, I'm able to keep up with school more and understand more in class compared to when I'm not. The stimulation in the brain allows for increased flow of knowledge and a better critical thinking skills. It's also seen to help players socially. According to the article The 11 Social Benefits of Chess by Bilal Ahmed in 2022, chess can teach its players about how to take wins and accept defeats, how to show good sportsmanship through chess etiquette, and developing the impulse control needed to play chess. So now that we know a little bit about it and what its benefits are, we can finally get to the most important part, how to play.
First, let's start with the main goal of chess. The main point is to make it so other player's king, that's this piece, can't go anywhere. That'll make a lot more sense as we break down each piece by piece. The first piece we'll go over is the pawn. The pawn looks like this. The pawns line up on the board in a line at the front. At the beginning, the pawns can either move 1 space or 2 spaces. After that, a pawn can only move 1 space. Pawns attack diagonally, not forward. They can only move diagonally. Pawns cannot move backwards either, so once they move forward, that's where they're stuck. Next, let's go to the rooks. The rooks look something like this. Each rook will be in each corner for each team. Rooks can only move forward in straight lines or sideways. Rooks cannot move diagonally. Rooks can only move one way and then stop, and the turn is over. Rooks can attack anything in any direction. Say, for instance, a pawn is lined up here, they can attack like that. They cannot move on to a second pawn further on. They must stop after they attack. Now to the knight. This is what the knight looks like. Now, some people are going to call this the horse. Those people would be wrong. This is a knight. The knights line up one inside from where the rook was. Now, the knights move in the most difficult pattern to follow, and it's going to be kind of confusing for those who are first experiencing chess. Knights move in an L shape almost, so they move up 3 over 2, or up 2 over 3. So say a knight is right here, it can move to that spot, that spot, that spot, this spot, this spot, this spot, and many more. As long as it's an L pattern of up 2 over 3, or up 3 over 2. Now, the knight is one of the most confusing pieces to follow, but is also one of the strongest. Once you attack a piece, say a piece is right here, once you attack, your turn is over. The next piece on our board is the bishop. Now, this is what the bishop's going to look like. Bishop is one more piece in than the knight. Bishops are very similar to the rooks, and as they move in one direction, but the bishops move diagonally. The bishops are going to move both ways diagonally and can move backward diagonally, but they must stay on their set pieces. Now, when the bishop attacks a piece, once it attacks, it's done. Once it moves to its set spot, it's done. After that, your turn is over. Now for the most powerful piece on the board, the queen. This is what the queen looks like. The queen is going to always line up on the same color of your side, the most inwards. The queen can move in any direction that it pleases. Forward, sideways, diagonal, any one you want to pick, it can move that way. Once it chooses that direction and stops, though, and you move your hand, your turn is over. Or, when you attack a piece, like this pawn here, Once it's attacked, your turn is over. Opposite of this is the king, the weakest piece on the board. This is what the king looks like. Now the king will line up opposite color side, most inward. Now the king can only move one space in any direction at any time. Now the point of the game is to keep the king from being able to move anywhere. First off, you can put the king in check. This is what check looks like. Essentially, this just means that the king has to move, otherwise it will get attacked on the next turn by this piece. The next most important way, and the way you win the game, is checkmate. In this situation, the king has nowhere it can move. See, if it goes here, attacked by the queen. If it goes here, attacked by the queen. If it goes here, it's attacked by the queen. If it goes here, it's attacked by the queen. There's nowhere for this piece to go, so that team would lose the game. The king can attack pieces, but only in situations that would keep it from getting in check. So for instance, the king could not attack this pawn here, because if it did, it would be in danger from that rook. But if that rook's not here, this king is free to attack this pawn. To finally understand chess, we need to understand how the board is set up. First off, you want to make sure that you, in the top left corner, have a white space. That's most important to make sure everything lines up. Next, you want to make sure each team has a row of pawns on each side of the front. Then it goes rook, knight, bishop, queen, king, bishop, knight, rook, going inwards. Both sides should do the exact same thing depending on which side you're facing. The white side always goes first. Now that you understand a little bit more about chess, you're able to challenge your friends and put your brain to the test. To tie a little bow on this present, I hope you have a better understanding of chess. I hope that you understand the background knowledge and the benefits of it. And overall, I really just hope that you understand how to play the game and you know how to compete with others. Now that you know how to play chess, maybe you won't be so stupid, as it is the best present anybody can give you. Merry Christmas.